Little fish. I say, Lord, be my savior when it comes to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save us. Say amen. Amen, 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 yeah. Amen. That boys and they can't win. Can't win, can't win, can't win, can't win. Check. Going up. We in this, we gonna. Going up. Till they like my persona. Going up. Living up was honest. We used to drive them hardest. Now we pull up in the furnace. Glow up. Walking. Show up. Baby, hold up. Glow up. Boy, don't touch. We glow up. Yeah. I'm laughing to the bank. All new blue Benny Franks. Pulled up on him in the tank. Yeah, that guy just a rap guy. I'm so mad fly in, he ain't. Let me back, tight gave me until I was going on Miami. They all cornballs. They can't stand me. I finesse. All them. I hear. Get a plan. Oscar, that my whoa. No low. Got strain on yo-yo. She post up a MCM and we like that JoJo. When we out and we see him, he always ask for photo. I say, Lord, be my savior when it comes to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save us. Say amen. Amen. Yeah. Amen. That boys and they can't win. Can't win. Check. Going up. We in this, we gonna. Going up. Till they like my persona. Going up. Living up was honest. We used to drive them hardest. Now we pull up in the furnace. Glow up. Walking. Show up. Baby, hold up. Glow up. Boy, don't touch. We glow up. She lucky. Cause she 5 mil cash in Kentucky. Know me. I walk up in Neiman, spend 10K just like it's nothing. I hang with the demons, they don't play by me, we cut. Woo. I was coolin', out Atlanta, mixed with the Fanta. All them, I got Santa, I go monkey, all that. Gonna do just what I say. Pull up, fast as Uber in that race. She so bad, but she said. I feel guilty, I might as well just plead my case. I say, Lord, be my savior when it comes to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't save us. Say amen. Amen. Yeah. That boys and they can't win. Can't win. Check. Going up. We in this, we gonna. Going up. Till they like my persona. Going up. Living up was honest. We used to drive them hardest. Now we pull up in the furnace. Glow up. Walking. Show up. Baby, hold up. Glow up. Boy, don't touch. We glow up.
愛してよ私を抱いてよねそばにおいでよ私の最後の記憶に君の愛を残し
already know though. It's Adamville for real, you see ya. Just take a photo. I'm reppin' as on photo with a on your brodo. Cause that Jodo thought that he could rob a player for some dodo. Oh no, I'm so Allen Temple. I'm so England Mountain. I'm so Misty Valley. And I got a couple yesterday out of Cali. And my bag from the valley bought me brand new balance. And I'm playing with a no American dream, dusty roll. Man, she been riding since her daddy rode on bowl. I done in every hoe, telling every I ain't with my wife, but if she meet her, might be a go. Rick Flair flashy. Don't I look dashing? Don't I look classy? Don't act so sassy. I'm the man, boo. That's with or without you. With what your say. Show me what that.
I hear him talking reckless. I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my press. Won't even address. They say I'm lonely at the top, but this the best. Hey, don't you see me out here shining, barely flex. I hear him talking reckless. I won't even stress. Just kill him softly with my press. Won't even address. They say I'm lonely at the top, but this the best. And even if we die today, gon' live forever. Live forever.
Daddy Patsy with 3 S's.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Seahawks going up against the Packers.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Now the rookie 7th rounder. This is Chris Carson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 1st down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Out to the right here to Wilson. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
This is Carson. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
for the first time with Lacey. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough third down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively a dime look, 6 DBs. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Rodgers now on 1st down. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. And what's really difficult is
touchdown, Packers. A big play there, 46 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
The Seahawks heading out, and for them, 5 straight years of double-digit victories and a playoff berth. They've had their run of the NFC West and probably likely the favorites this season as well.
I would agree with that. The counter-culture Seahawks, because the way they evaluate is for their system, for their franchise, for their culture. Much more so than whether a guy fits everything that you're looking for to check off the box. Quarterback, he's supposed to be too short. He's one of the best in the game. When they went in free agency this year and got Eddie Lacy, everyone else wanted Eddie Lacy to lose weight. They said, we still want him big because we want him to break some tackles. Flip it over to defense, they get after you. Simple schemes, but they tune it up and play it at a high level. They expect to get back to a Super Bowl.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 3rd down, Wilson rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kevin King, the rookie from Washington. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Here's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Rodgers going to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Sheldon Richardson with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Now on to kick it away, the rookie from Miami, Justin Vogel. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They start the drive on the ground with Lacey. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's Wilson to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different long night.
Time running out here on the play clock. Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
Jimmy Graham had a really tough injury in 2015 that ended his season, but what a bounce back in 2016. How do you not get any votes for comeback player of the year?
I was just going to ask you that. Not that Jordy Nelson wasn't deserving, but 65 catches, 923 yards. That was the highest total by a tight end in Seahawk history.
And I think there's a chance that both of those numbers will increase in 2017.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. Again, Wilson under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Clay Matthews in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Packers making their way out, and again for them, feels like they're the team to beat in the NFC North. They've won that division 5 of the last 6 years, and Aaron Rodgers just feel like he has at least another Super Bowl left in the tank, maybe, right?
I would say so, and I think there's probably some frustration that he hasn't gotten back to the Super Bowl after winning that one against Pittsburgh, because one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, prime of his career, you don't want to waste that opportunity. And it came close last year going to the NFC Championship game. They want to take the next step. They have it all there in front of them. They know that they tend to rule that division. Now can they make that one last big jump in the NFC and get back to a Super Bowl?
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. For Jordy last year, tremendous. NFL's comeback player of the year, 97 catches, over 1,200 yards, and led the NFL 14 receiving touchdowns.
Well deserving to be the comeback player of the year, but I know these types of competitors, they don't like to be the ones to come back from anything. They just want to be consistent, and Jordy Nelson is definitely that.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. Now Now Wilson on second down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Wilson flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Certainly their offense has sputtered here a little bit in the first half as they finally do get on the board, but they only have 3.
Well, at least it eases the frustration a bit, doesn't it? To be able to get some points on the board, feel a little bit better about themselves as they go into the locker room and try and regroup.
Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
I know Devontae Adams really developed in 2016 as a receiver for Green Bay. I think he had plenty of incentive because when Aaron Rodgers breaks contain, gets out of the pocket, anything can happen downfield. You can find yourself open, can't you?
And it makes Adams a high-volume guy. Week 7 and 8 last year, 25 catches, highest 2-game total in the illustrious history of the Packers. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Now Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Wilson. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Uncorks one for Davis. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Cliff Averill in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
sometimes, occasionally, Randall Cobb somewhat gets taken for granted about his abilities with Green Bay, doesn't he?
Well, the numbers last year, solid but not amazing. Just over 600 yards, 4 touchdowns. But he complements everybody else, doesn't he?
He really does, and his versatility is so big for them because he can actually run back to the backfield and be a running back as well as a slot receiver and someone who moves outside.
Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. In motion right comes Cobb. Running for it, Montgomery. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Now it's Carson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Well, so they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And, you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you. It's those guys on defense who just intercepted the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
And he's brought down after a good gain. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
I think many people thought Ty Montgomery would automatically go back to being a wide receiver this year, but it appears he's going to stay at running back. I know they drafted Jamal Williams from BYU, but Montgomery proving his worth.
And he proved it, proved it last year. 5.4 yards per carry, 4th best in the league. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. 1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Every time we leave a Seattle game, I have the PA guy's voice in my head. Tackle by Bobby Wagner.
Well, he had 167 tackles last year. Not only led the NFL, that was the most in a single season in Seahawk history.
And how about this? His 2nd All-Pro nomination. This guy is sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone, making plays.
On play action, Rodgers. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Sheldon Richardson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On now is the Packers punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And the play clock's running down. They run again with Carson. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
To throw is Wilson. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down. Here's Carson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 20 and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Elsewhere around the NFL, 3rd quarter now in Los Angeles. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert. And got his man complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. Here's Wilson. Dancing, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Rodgers now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. Pass, and now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Elsewhere around the NFL, third quarter now in Los Angeles. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And with that, the lead is up to 8. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it. And that's what you don't want to do.
Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. In motion left moves Nelson. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Here's Rodgers to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Nelson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. So second down, 3 yards to go now. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive linemen, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from NC State, Josh Jones. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 70 yards. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's caught. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Crosby on now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Blake Martinez. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. You can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Crosby on now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now Wilson. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Clay Matthews in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Throwing now is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Wilson to throw. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A very solid gain of 27. Here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. But not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
Now Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Second and 10 now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
On third down, Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. A swing pass caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Montgomery on the counter. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and it happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game. All the